All right, on to the next readings. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving and everything went really well for you, whether you cooked or you're just the one going over to eat. It's a beautiful day today. All right, we're doing Sagittarius. Yes, these are the last ones here. All right. Now keep in mind, these are the original zodiacs before they changed them over to the 12 and dropped a fire kiss, all right? December 18th to January 18th, blue topaz, garnet, Jupiter, Thursday, tin, the archer, agate, liver, ovaries, and testes. You could be by a lake or lakeside. I'm seeing success or some sort of success coming in anyway. Okay, we got the 6 of coins in reverse. Not really handing out anything right at this time, whether that be information or anything money-wise, which is fine. I mean, if you've worked hard for your money, then you really don't have to share with anybody. The Magician, creating. You're building something for yourself, and you're in the upright, so you're using your gifts, talents, abilities, whatever you have, your resources that are right close to you. Maybe you've got a new look. You've got a new look. You're kind of creating something new for yourself. Maybe you dyed your hair, cut your hair, shaved your face, changed something about yourself that other people are noticing right now. What else can we get? There may be a bit of a challenge that you overcame. Yeah, you got the 4 of Swords in the reverse. So whatever it is, you have the rest and recovery or your sleep that you needed. Maybe you've caught up on some well-needed sleep. I know myself, I've definitely caught up on some sleep. It all depends on the energy. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Even if you have lack of sleep, your mind could still be going. You could still be raring to go, right? Got the Star in the reverse. So this quite possibly could be your energy right now. You may have felt a little bit deterred from whatever it is, but like I said, you're in the Magician in the upright. So you're getting back up on the horse. You're getting back up on your feet. You might have needed to take some time for yourself to rest and maybe do some deep thinking over choices you've made or decisions that you have to make coming forward. I think this whole holiday season's given a lot of people time just to kind of relax. Yeah, you wanted to get away from the 5 of Swords energy, the whole combating and always in an argument or always going up against certain people, whether this be in your family or just maybe people you work with. A little bit of chaos, conflict, destruction, whatever that may be. You got the Queen of Clubs in reverse. So typically this is somebody that's fairly good looking, somebody, not that looks are everything, but fairly good looking, that is very skilled at what they do, have no problem going into battle, have a lot of gifts, talents, and abilities themselves, a lot of wisdom and knowledge. But in the reverse, this is either you or somebody that you're dealing with. This could have been the person that's caused you to be in the star-like energy in the reverse. So maybe you had to go tit for tat, whatever you want to call it. You've had to go out with this person. Maybe you had to resolve some certain things with them first. Or maybe you weren't so giving to this person, so they've kind of created a bit of an issue for you. Or you were supposed to give something to this person. That's another thing too. It could have been something that you held on to. This could be like a trinket or an item or something. Maybe even like a document that you were supposed to hand over that you didn't. And like I said, you could have took the time to reflect on some of the decisions that you made. Whatever this is, you didn't. It's led you to be the Star in reverse. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but definitely an opportunity to go within. What else can we get? You've got some movements, a bit of surrender. You've let go of the idea that you need to control everything, which is good. Got Jupiter on your side. Keep that in mind. So luck, whether or not you believe in that sort of thing. If you need to sort certain things out with certain people, I would advise doing so. You've got the Nine of Clubs in reverse as well. Maybe you were a little bit skeptical before. This fell out over the Queen of Clubs too. These two individuals could be working together. This could be you and another person, or this could be two people that you deal with on a regular basis. This is an energy of persistence. I'm getting like constant. So it could be somebody that lives close to you or somebody that you deal with every day. Two individuals. Now either this is yourself and somebody else, or two people that you deal with on a regular. But whatever the situation is, whether it be you handing out to another person or them feeling like they're not handing something to them, like you're not handing something to them, whatever it is, has caused a bit of an issue in the past. But like I said, the Magician in the upright, you have the ability, you have the gifts to manifest whatever it is. So maybe the outcome, not expecting that something's going to be a specific way, but what you would like it to be, and then take the necessary steps to get there. And you've already done the relaxation that you needed to. Like I said, we had the holidays, a lot of good food, being around people that we care about, right? Can we get more on the Star in reverse? What is that? What's the Star in reverse for Sagittarius? Something to do with shields being down. So maybe your guard was down. Solar plexus and root energy. Four of Cups. An offering that's given to you from the divine. So whatever's been put in front of you and right in front of your face, whatever's been placed in front of you or offered to you was meant for you to take. So if this is part of your destiny, let's say, and you were given gifts, talents, and abilities, of course, you're the Magician in the upright, and you were supposed to go on a specific route, like a destination, and let's say you took a detour and that lasted 20 years, 20 some odd years, and then you got back on track, or you took another detour. Whatever this is, this energy is also persistent as well. This is something that you were supposed to get right into. This could be a talent of yours as well. Determination. So you have no problem moving forward. If this is your energy, I would definitely suggest you moving forward with whatever it was at the beginning that you were supposed to be getting into. It was offered to you for a reason. You maybe had other offers as well, or other gifts that you could pursue. Let's say you could choose A, B, C, or D, and you choose A. And that kind of led you down this path. But originally, your test, your challenge was to pick cup C, and you were supposed to go down that path. Now you're understanding that, you're getting back into it. What else can we get for the Star in the reverse? The Hermit. Okay, so it was because of not going within, not doing the inner work. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means it was a choice at the time. Maybe that's something you want to do. But currently, right now, you're not taking time to reflect. Maybe on the choices you made, but not why you made the choices. So you don't really need the rest or sleep anymore. You've gotten the physical part down pat. But as far as going and doing the emotional work, that could be why this is in the reverse here. So keep that in mind. If that's all you needed to do was just go in and ask yourself a few questions, maybe why you're withholding as well, why you're holding back, or how these two other individuals, if this is not yourself, have an impact on you in the decisions that you make as well. It's not like they can force you to do a certain thing, but because of their actions, it's led you to have an emotional response, which has led you to make certain decisions. And maybe in the past that has controlled you, but now you're seeing it in a different light. You're realizing, and you're much more mature emotionally about it, that did have an impact. So you could be reflecting on that. But the whole idea of going within with hermit mode, doing the introspection, the self-accountability, just your part in it, not other people. It takes self-discipline. Oh. Knight of Cups in reverse. You could be worried about a younger individual that's in your life right now. Somebody that maybe has no problem speaking, but charges forward, has a good heart, but it's almost like you're mothering over them right now. This could be a colleague, but this could also be like a nephew or a son. Somebody, like I said, it's a younger energy that's maybe being a little bit more rambunctious. Maybe you've had to even put this person in their place a couple times. You've had to explain to them certain details or try to get them to see. But again, we all make choices, right? And it's not always easy, especially with the younger generation, if they're making choices. Even myself growing up, I'm sure there was certain advice and wisdom and knowledge that was given to me or tried to be passed down to me that I didn't heed at the time when I was in my teens or something, but now I understand in my late 30s, right? And we all go through that. Can we get more of Knight of Cups already in the reverse? What's the Knight of Cups in reverse? Who's this? And I put it right under the Five of Swords. So that could have been somebody that was part of the conflict as well. Ten of Cups. This has a lot to do with the inner child, chakra work, the different chakras, unlocking them to get your kind of fulfillment and get your happiness. Again, for this card, the way I see it, those two children in the back, this could be like family, but not necessarily. This could just mean these two individuals. Those two in the back, that's their inner child. That's their work that they've done to get to where they are right now. So I'm pretty sure you're well aware of this already. This is not something new to you. You're already feeling this energy, but maybe you haven't seen the results in the physical 3D just yet. You're getting there. Again, can we get the Star in reverse and the Hermit in reverse together? What would that be? Another influence. Knight of Clubs. You have a lot of people around you, but this is in reverse again. Knight of Clubs. So you have the King of Cups, or sorry, the Knight. Why do I want to keep saying King? There might be another energy in your whoever you're dealing with right now. You've got the Knight of Clubs and you've got the Knight of Cups. They're both in the reverse. So maybe you have two younger siblings or two younger children that you have to deal with on a regular. What else we got? Justice. So whatever it is that you're looking forward to, whatever you're trying to bring in will come in, whatever justice that you're seeking. But keep in mind, you do have to take into consideration that this needs to be in the upright. When it comes to anybody trying to master themselves, especially keeping the Magician in the upright, doing things for the right reasons, you have to be able to master yourself, your emotions, and the way you're handling certain situations. Even if it's chaotic, even if people around you, buildings are burning or people are falling apart, you need to be able to keep yourself together and keep in touch with what makes you you. What keeps you in the star-like energy in the upright? Your own vibrational frequency, your own signature. Nobody can take that from you. And nobody can take your gifts from you either. That's a personal choice. And usually the higher self intervenes when it comes to making other choices that we need to go down. Maybe certain paths we need to go down in order to learn certain things. See the signs and the synchronicities that are placed in front of you, okay? Reconnect with Earth. What else can we get for Sagittarius? I'm seeing a lot of squirrels running through the trees. You could be running around trying to gather certain things. Maybe this is for your case. Maybe this is certain information. Or just gathering last minute things. Almost like a harvest. But typically they tend to go around and hide their food so they can have more throughout the winter. Intuition, a looking on, direct apprehension of truth without reasoning. So even though things are happening around you right now that can't be explained, you're kind of going with the flow. I don't really think you're fighting it too much anymore. Like I said, your ability to handle yourself, your emotions, and think logically and calmly is going to allow you to stay in a Ten of Cups energy, which will help place you back in the star energy in the upright. Right now it's in the reverse. This just could be lack of confidence with yourself, or maybe questioning certain things that happened in the past and the influences of people around you that they had on you in the decisions that you make for whatever opportunities come your way. Getting led to pull these ones out here. All right. It's almost like a revelation. Past life oracle card for Sagittarius. A lot of things that could be happening around you could be like more paranormal, but just stay calm, right? If you have certain energies that are trying to get your attention, most of them are harmless. If you're not comfortable, then cleanse your area, cleanse your space, get rid of any trinkets or items that carry certain energies or maybe have entity attachments, and get rid of them out of your house. That might be what you need to do as well if you're holding on to a lot. Finances. So this is something that your ancestors had to deal with. I'm not seeing in a lack mentality. I don't see a lot of lack, but if they're magicians as well, if they're high priests, priestesses, if there are people that are able to tap into their intuition and their wisdom and get the so-called downloads from the ancestors, then they're able to manifest whatever they want in their life. And that part of that could be the trials that you had to go through in order to tap into this. Use your communication skills. If you're a medium, start diving more into that to get more answers. If you need to, what is that? Do the automatic writing, try that as well. See what you can get out of it. If you do any kind of cleansing like baths and stuff, go for that as well. That might help you. What else can we get for Sagittarius? Have patience with yourself. So even though other things around you may be a little chaotic right now, and a lot of people may be in the reverse around you, right? Keep in mind, these are all energies that have an effect on you. Family. What else can we get for Sagittarius? But yeah, have patience with yourself. If not with other people, at least with yourself. Trust yourself. Communal living. You could be around a big community or a lot of people have an influence on you. This could be something that's a pattern as well. Again, I'm coming back to this card over here, the Six of Coins in reverse. There could be something about your gifts or whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. Once you go within and answer certain questions, you may get a little bit of insight into this, but there could be something of helping community that you may not be participating in right now, and that may also be, if that's what your truth is, if that's what your gift is, and that's what you're supposed to live for your journey. If you're not doing that, that could be why you're in the Star in the reverse. Okay, what else can we get here? Farm. Grazing. So you could have been just picking up whatever was given to you, whether they be like just like the little morsels that were given to you. That's what I'm getting. I'm not even getting anything off the fact that there are horses there, but something to do with grazing. Like you're taking what little was given to you, even though you deserve much more. And your gifts and abilities have kind of been undermined and swept under the rug, so to speak, or people have been taking you for granted. So you haven't been free, so to speak. You've kind of been caged in a little bit. What is it? Go to greener pastures. Like in order to go out there, get out there, you could feel a little bit cooped up right now. And we are around harvest season as well. That could have a lot to do with farming. The fact that all three of these came out: finances, communal living, and farm. These are the past life oracle cards. So a lot has to tie into your family. If you know a lot about family history, if not, then definitely ask more questions with those that are still with us. Maybe elders or something like that, or just ask certain questions that maybe you didn't get the full answer to previously, but you have the discernment now when you're asking the questions to get the answers that you're looking for, or at least close to some hints. Food and hunger. You may be doing your fasting right now, and whatever it was with your past ancestors could have had some sort of lack mentality, but it doesn't feel like that's what you're in right now. Not if you're in the Magician and the Upright. If this is your energy here, or this could be somebody you're partnered up with, but whatever it is has an influence on you as well. But it's in the Upright, and you will get the justice that you want. So if there's anything to do with food and hunger right now, that could just be like a mentality, like a lack mentality. Could be breaking bread as well with other people. Again, we just had Thanksgiving. You could be sharing certain knowledge with other people. Be cautious of that, right? It's true what they say. Who you surround yourself with, you start to embody their energy and kind of pick up on their energy, especially if you're an empath. And they may not be making the same decisions that you want to make. So their truth may not be yours, or the way they see things, if it's like a specific kind of tradition or something, may not be yours. I'm getting really, let's see, what else can we get for food and hunger? Indecency, the quality of being indecent, what is indecent in language, actions, etc. Indecorum, or immodesty. So again, like I said, a lot to do with language, actions, what people say, what people do. They may have an influence over you big time. This could be the lack of confidence that you have within yourself. So keep that in mind when you're around a bunch of people. If they're making you feel like this big, they may not, even if they're family as well, they may not be the best people to be around. Kind of give yourself some time to go within and answer whatever questions you need to get answered. If they can't give that to you, then it's meant for you to go within. You're meant to give yourself justice as well. It's not just other people that come in and kind of save you. You got to be able to do that for you too. Simplicity, state or quality of being simple. Singleness, artlessness, sincerity, plainness, foolishness. So that could be like your childlike energy as well. You could be thinking about separating or leaving a specific people or energies. You want to keep yourself separate. There's nothing wrong with that. Keeping things simple, modest even. Maybe you don't really need an abundance of stuff and you're kind of tired of city living and you want to go out and be more out in the country. That might be something that you want to look into. At the very beginning of the reading, I do remember saying something. How was that? Courage, force, and what was that? Courage, force, and serenity. At the very beginning of the reading, I mentioned something about being by lakeside or some sort of bed of water. So if you're already out in the country, that's great. I would continue to stay there. I wouldn't necessarily suggest you move unless you really need to get away from people, if that's a whole communal living. But if you're in the city and you want to get out and away, maybe even if you have the funds, if you're not sharing with other people right now what you want to do, then take a trip, rent a cottage, go be in your solitude and sit with yourself for a moment so that you can manifest more what you want to bring in, so that you can call in more what you want. These two seem to go hand in hand here. I'm not sure why. Justice and the Four of Swords in reverse. Normally this is rest and recovery after something. Like if you have an ailment or you suffered like a lot of pain or something like that, and you take the time to just rest and recover and recuperate. But for some reason I'm feeling those two go hand in hand with justice. So maybe it is that you need to take time for yourself. Give yourself a minute. It's like just a minute. Let me think. Cartilage, gristle, elastic substance from which bone is formed. Usually it has a lot of channels in between the cartilage, a lot of air bubbles, a lot of pockets, a lot of opportunity for things to get through. Maybe whatever somebody's saying, their truth, or what they've told you, even if it's sounds legit, has a lot of holes in it. Whatever they've told you in the past is not adding up, and there's a lot of like gaps in between whatever information was given to you. This too could deal with breakage as well when it comes to bones. I'm not saying that you're gonna like break anything, but something to do with bones, cartilage, maybe reshaping or recasting. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. And again with the health too, intestine, internal, domestic, not foreign, the canal extending from the stomach to the posterior, entrails or viscera in general. So you could be dealing with a lot of, usually stomach stuff has to do with stress. Most of the things that I've seen ailments come to fruition, things that manifest in people's everyday lives, usually comes from stress. A lot of the stomach issues, again, with the foods that we eat, what we take in, something to do with maybe not so healthy foods, like something's poisonous or something's not good for your body. Or maybe you're lacking in that, because I did say something about fasting as well. Keep in mind, if our bodies aren't ready for fasting, sometimes we can put it into shock. And if you're not getting what you need to, that could give you a lack of energy to do whatever it is that you need to do. Okay, I'm going to go over here to the Love Oracle card for Sagittarius. Wrap it up a little bit. Palm tree, stability, security, performance, growth, endurance, and flexibility. Performance is standing out to me. So whatever it is that you're showing to other people or telling other people may not fully be what you need to. And that, again, could come down to your confidence. Just ask yourself a few questions, get the answers that you need so that you can gain that confidence and realize that you're everything you needed to be and more. Have the flexibility. Understand that not everything works out the way that you want it. And I was almost stuttering a little bit there, so maybe you're a little bit confused on what you need to say or how you need to present yourself to somebody else. And I'm not saying like a mask that you put on to be fake. I mean how you need to present yourself to somebody else, what it is that you need to do in order to step up and take role, almost like on a stage, center stage, right? You have the endurance, you have the security in order to do so. And then we also got sword and the rose as well. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, again with going into solitude, having time for yourself, space for yourself. Force, honor, protection, and power. So definitely protect yourself, protect whoever loved ones that are close to you that you trust. Honor yourself and protect your own energy as well, your own power and your gifts. You'll do that by speaking your truth. And that also, this is the second time revelations come out. It's almost like a light bulb moment where you have the opportunity to think, okay, well, if I do this and I do this, I know for a fact that things will start to work out better because I didn't do that in the past and it's done nothing but kick me in the butt. So going against your intuition is not a good idea. Use your imagination. That's what the magician's all about. Being in that childlike fool energy as well. Maybe you need to dance, or maybe you need to have an outlet, something to be creative. What else can we get for Sagittarius? Photograph. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. I'm seeing somebody tear up a photo, so if you have negative emotions that are, or these are the items you need to remove out the house, then do so. I understand that it's usually a keepsake, but sometimes things that hold certain energies, if we're just reliving the same energy again and again, we're not releasing and letting go, we're not allowing anything to come in, excuse me. So quite possibly, if you're looking at these photos and it's really making you feel a certain way, then you need to put the book down, put the photos down and put them in the attic or whatever, or cleanse it, say what you need to get it out, make amends with a person, whatever it is that you need to do to cleanse out that negative energy. Because if you're holding on to it, let's pretend this is an energy, right? I'm holding on to it and I just keep looking at it and I hold on to it and hold on to it. Nothing's being resolved, nothing is clearing up any space for anything new to come in. It's clearly something that's trying to tell you something, whatever this is, okay? And a lot could have to do with confidence as well. Or maybe whatever you're holding on to is no longer yours. It wasn't yours to begin with, quite possibly, and you need to let it go now. You need to release it. It's a responsibility, whatever that means. Stabbed in the back. Again, we have 1, 2, 3... at least 4 different people that have an influence on your energy or in your energy or pulling on you specifically. People that are pulling on you are usually codependent, that need whatever it is that you have for themselves because they're not technically doing it for themselves or getting it for themselves. Okay, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, and shocking attack. Something that happened in the past or that's currently going on right now could be shocking. Whatever pain you had before, it's subsiding and you've already rested from that. You're well aware of the deception. And again, this is the second time I've seen separation. So maybe you need to give yourself some space And you need to pull back from certain people that may have backstabbed you and you've given a second, third, fourth, fifth chance, and they keep doing it again and again. If they say they're going to do something and their actions do not align with their words, then they're showing you exactly what you're allowing them to do. Okay, so it's not a healthy boundary if you haven't set nothing good for yourself. If there's something you're holding on to, let it go, give it back, whatever you need to do. If there's an energy you're holding on to, do the shadow work, do the hermit work, go within. Make sure you do the healing work to keep your 10 of cups, right? And make sure you stay in the upright. You have good intention, and that is very clear. And you have the means to do so. So whether that be finances or just the willpower, you will be successful in whatever endeavors that you take on or whatever it is that you decide to go on, especially on your new pathway if you've chosen something different, okay? But you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in you, and then the energies around you that are assisting you, whether they be past loved ones, whatever it is you believe in, angels, guardians, anything like that. Hopefully that helps. I might actually grab a room or two for you. Potentiality. So give things the opportunity to come into fruition, right? We got Gibo, which is gift. Yeah. Generosity, trust, partnership, love, marriage, relationship, exchange, and test. Also for G, the letter G, and then you've got your sacral, you got your root, and you've got your heart chakra. Those are things you're either in right now or you need to work on. And then you've also got what is this right here? Legus, so the unknown, formlessness, chaos, potential, humor, flow, water, lake, sea, intuition, defense, imagination, energy, renewal, revelation, emotions, counsel, and fluid. That's the symbol for L, the letter L. And then you've also got, what is that right there? Sacral again, and you've got third eye chakra. All right, hopefully that helps you.